What's up, everybody? It's your girl at Peace Makita, the life doula, and your personal guide to your happy place. I'm the life coach with the doula approach, meaning I use childbirth techniques and how we got here to get us through the rest of our journey on how we live. So if you want to find out more information about me and what I do, you can also check out my website at peacemakita.com, or you can email me at peace2teach@gmail.com. Either way is great. Either way you will find me. All right, so today we're going to talk about some hacks. Y'all ready to talk about some hacks? We're going to talk about some hacks on how to have a peaceful, loving, divine labor and delivery, no matter what. Now, how do you do that? Well, there are a few hacks. There are a few ways that you can do that, and we're going to talk about in this video today. Make sure that you like or subscribe this video. I would love to stay in touch, and I want to hear your comments. So make sure that you're commenting below so that you can help other moms out there, or just share your story. Make sure that it's positive. We don't want to scare anyone or give anybody the feed into the fear culture. So make sure that it's something positive, uplifting, and inspiring. But if it's your story, it's your story. So I'm not saying all the stories have to be all fluff, all the comments have to be all fluff and cute, but by all means, just remember the audience and that we want to encourage women to have a peaceful, loving, and superb birth. And so that's what we're here to do, especially for this video. We're going to talk about hacks. How do you hack the system so that you can have a peaceful birth and delivery? Well, I tell you, I have had some experiences. Most of them have been peaceful. Most of them have been truly divine, truly loving. And so the hacks that I share with you today are going to be from my personal experience of giving birth. I've given birth 6 times. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I have a basketball team on my team. And so I share with you the things that I learned through my experiences. Now, I've had 6 births. I've had them in 4 different states. I've had, 6 different experiences. 1 C-section, 5 vaginals. Like, I've had some experiences that really helped me to come up with this list for you today. All right. So, hack number 1, you want to envision that peaceful birth. Envision what it's going to feel like, what it's going to be like for you in your particular journey. Because every woman's journey is different, but guess what? Every delivery is different. Okay, so you get to decide how you want this to be. If last time you had a C-section and now you're feeling like, fearful of possibly having another one, or anything to that degree, or something may happen to you, something may happen to the baby, your thoughts just kind of run wild sometimes. You can decide, okay, this is what I really want to do. This is what I really want to envision. And you do that through meditation. You can contact me for a consultation. I'll gladly teach you how to do that. Or you can check out YouTube videos and books and articles and things like that to really educate yourself on how to meditate or how to get that vision popping for yourself. You got to use that third eye sometimes. Get it popping, baby. Okay? Because that is what's really going to bring to you the experience of your dreams and what you really want, no matter what circumstance you find yourself in, because you'll be amazed when you go into labor. Things may not always be exactly the way you think or thought they should be at that moment, but you can still create an experience that's loving, peaceful, and blessed for you, best for you. All right. So envision it. And then once you have that vision, one of the things you can do is you can write it out. You can get a journal, you can write it out, or you can write it out on a poster board. You can say, this is what I see, on my baby's birthday, or on the birthday of my baby, I want to experience, or I will experience, or what I see. And you want to write it in the affirmative. You want to write it as if you already know that this is done and this is what you want. All right. So it's no writing it like, I really hope that this happens, or I think this might happen, or I don't want this to happen, or I can't have that. You don't want to use those words at all. We're not going to put that vibration out into our vision for our peaceful birth. We are going to put out affirmations of what we really want to create. All right. So you can write it down. Writing it down is always powerful for any reason, for anything that you're trying to create. Writing it down makes it 50% done. The other 50 is just doing the work, right? You've already written it down. You've shown the universe what you're working with and what you're willing to do and what you want to do and what you see. So it's going to come to pass. You just got to do the work next, right? So the other thing you can do is you can do a vision board or a dream. I like calling them dream boards. You can do a dream board. Now, what is a dream board? I have a few floating around, but a dream board is you take a poster board. You can take a big slab of wood, like whatever calls to you, and you're going to take clippings, pictures, visual inspirations, words of encouragement. You're going to put them up on this board, and you're going to put the board in front of you. And as you see the board, you pass them by it in the hallway, or you see it in the morning when you get up, those images and those visions of your future, or what you want to see manifest in your life, is going to begin to show up and like play back in your subconscious mind. It's very scientific. It's not just some hoodoo, voodoo, woo-doo out here. It really does work. It really is a powerful, significant tool that you can use so that you can create the birth of your dreams, the most peaceful birth you could ever imagine under any circumstance. So that's whether you're having a C-section, whether you're having a VBAC, vaginal birth after cesarean, or whether you're having a vaginal birth. It works. All right. So envision it. That's hack number 1. Hack number 2 is communicate. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that unless you are literally solo dolo, having the baby on your own, like the movie, I saw a Mel Gibson movie back in the day. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's called Apocalypse. I'm not sure. But in the movie, there was a woman who gave birth, and her village, her tribe had taken off, and she didn't know, and she fell into a well. And so she ended up having the baby, I guess the trauma or whatever fallen made her go into labor, and she had the baby in the well by herself. It was a very intense, dramatic scene in the movie, but it teaches the strong will of woman and of birth. Like, you really don't need anybody there. So, but most of us here in the modern world especially, we have partners, whether it's a nurse, a midwife, a doctor, someone is there. Our husband, our husband or wife, wife too, husband, wife, significant other, our mom, somebody is there by our side. Or sometimes it's a team of people. So it's important to communicate. It's important to say, hey, this is what I'm envisioning for myself. This is what, I would like to see happen so that I can create a peaceful birth, right? Now, let me preface this hack. Okay, let me be very clear about this particular hack. All right, this is not a conversation about what you should do during your birth, or their opinion about what you're telling them you want for your birth. This is not that conversation. And of course, you can have that conversation later on if that's what you choose to do. But this conversation is about sharing a vision of inspiration, of imagination, of what it is you want, of what you see their role being, and what it is that you want them to be able to achieve and do during your labor. So it's really important to share the vision, to communicate with your OB, your midwife, say, hey, this is what I've been, envisioning for my birth and for my delivery. I want it to be, this way or that way, and you can share, and we can go through some ideas. Again, contact me, okay? My contact information is in the description box below, and I'll gladly consult you through the entire process, okay? So that's hack number 2. Hack number 3 is set the stage for having a peaceful birth and delivery. What does that mean? Well, honey, I'm gonna tell you, I haven't had any home births, but I have had babies in traditional hospitals, and I did have a birth in a childbirthing center, in a birthing center. There is a huge, huge difference, my friends. Okay, so make sure that you are setting the ambiance, setting the stage for the birth that you want. All right, remember this peaceful birth that you've envisioned. What's there? And you're going to engage all of the senses. All right, so you're going to set the mood music. Right? What kind of music do you want playing? What are the sounds that you want? Especially if you're in a traditional hospital, this hack can be a bit challenging. All right, but there are ways to get around it so that you can create the ambiance and the experience that you want. All right, and so you want to engage all of the senses. If you're in a hospital, you're going to hear machines going and people talking and other people's babies crying, and or it may be quiet enough in the hospital, but you'll still hear like the machine beeping in your room or television playing in someone else's room or on their side, however it's set up. So it's really important that you figure out how to set the mood. When I had my youngest baby, I had headphones. I already had my playlist laid out. I already knew what meditations that I wanted to have playing. I knew what mood music I wanted. And I put my headphones in. I brought headphones with me. And I wore headphones during a great part of my labor because I knew the hospital that I was having the baby in, you know, and what that room was going to feel like. And I just wanted to set the mood for myself, at least keep myself in that space, even if I couldn't control what was happening in the room around me, right? So you want to set mood music. Then you want to deal with the smells, the aromatherapy. Again, if you're in a traditional hospital, the smells might get to you a little bit, especially after a while. It might be food coming down the hallway that gets under your nose that doesn't agree with you. It may be the perfume of a nurse or the lotion that she puts on or the hand sanitizer. It could be a number of things that kind of don't feel right, smell right in you because you're in labor, because your hormones and all of that. So it's important. You can bring little misty sprays that you can spray that are all natural, that have the fragrances that calm you and keep you in a good, light, peaceful space, right? Okay, so you want to engage the smells. Then of course you want to engage, you've engaged the listening, the smells. Now you want to engage the visual. Okay, how can you engage the visual? All right, you can engage the visual through bringing your dream board, right? Bring your dream board, put that up in front of you. That's a wonderful visual to keep you motivated. You can also have pictures of women holding their babies, or you having, holding a baby from your one of your previous pregnancies or deliveries. So many different visuals. Sometimes women use a flower, a picture of a lotus blossoming, a flower blossoming. You can also use videos. You can use videos. I offer videos that I send to my clients so that they have during labor and delivery, and I'm right there in the room with them through the video. So you can have videos. There's so many different visuals that you can use. You can have plaques. You can have actual statues and figurines. I remember for one of my deliveries, I used seashells. It's so calming to think about the beach to me. So I brought seashells and I just held them during my contractions, and I just thought about the beach, and it really helped to calm me and to relax me and to open me up. All right. So definitely want to engage the visual. Okay. And you also want to engage touch. Okay. You want to engage that touch. It really can help. Some women don't like to be touched. I'm just gonna tell you, partners, if you're cross watching, you birthing partners, some women do not like to be touched during labor and delivery. So don't take it personally. They still love you. They still want you to touch them, hopefully after it's all over. But during it, you get to a point, baby, you just like, don't touch me. Okay? I don't know you. It is your fault. It's your reason why I'm here. So no, boo, I don't barely want to see your face, let alone touching me. You understand what I'm saying? It's just, it gets that intense. So make sure that, you don't take it personally. It's perfectly okay and normal for a woman not to want to be touched. But where you can and when you can touch her, then by all means, use touch to your advantage. Bring oils and lotions that, again, please your senses, that keep you calm, and go ahead and do a hand massage. Have a nurse or midwife or your partner do a hand massage or a foot massage, or sometimes just caressing your arm like this really makes a difference, or just rubbing your head or rubbing your scalp, or anything that's going to bring that calm, serene feeling so that you can really open up and really allow for the process to happen. Okay. And you also want to think about lighting. Lighting also sets the mood, right? You want to hopefully it was a loving and endearing experience when you created the baby. So that's kind of what you want to create having the baby. You want to create an intimate space. And even if it wasn't that way when you you created the baby. I understand circumstances happen and you didn't have that particular experience in conception, but doesn't mean you can't have it in delivery. You feel what I'm talking about? So go ahead and create that for yourself. Tone down the lighting. You may not be able to have open flames, I'm quite sure, in a traditional hospital, but you can have the battery operated candles, right? And some of the lights in hospitals now have dimmers, right? So you can use that. There's so many different ways that you can play with the lighting. You can possibly add, sometimes they let you put like a little film over one of the lamps. So of course it's a film that doesn't melt because of the heat from the bulb, but you put it over the lamp and it can change the color of the room. So that's a really nice touch too you can try. So there's different things you can do to set the mood, to set the ambiance, so you can have that peaceful, loving, superb birth that you deserve and that you truly envision and truly want for yourself, and that your baby deserves to come into such a loving, warm, fragrant, peaceful space, you know. And the lighting is also important. Let me say this, lighting is also important. If you deliver the baby in the same room, you want the lights to be kind of dim. You don't want the baby to come out to all of the bright lights like back in the day. That's just too much. I mean, how would you feel coming from street darkness out into all of this light? It's just too much. Okay, so dimming the lights and having things in a more peaceful, calm state when your baby comes through to the best of your ability is the best you can do. All right, so I hope these hacks were good for you. Please leave a comment below if you have other hacks that you want to share about how to have a peaceful, loving, and superb birth. There are ways to do it. Don't cost you a thing or very little. And so go ahead and share in the comments below. If you want to stay in touch with me, all of my contact information is in the description box below, and I hope that you will. I can send you personal one-on-one videos like this. I also do over the phone consultations and via email. So make sure that you contact me. I really look forward to meeting you. And thank you so much for allowing me to share. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.